Hello my dear students, in the last video I am already explained the ray diagram of Michelson and Morley experiment. Here is now we have to calculate the time taken for reflected ray and the transmitted ray. The transmitted ray is from P to A and reverse A to P, and also we calculate reflected ray, time taken for reflected ray from P to B and from return B to P. Here is B dash and M dash is nothing but the mirror M1 and plate P. After some time, see, we consider earth and ether is in a relative motion. After some time, mirror is in this direction and ether is in this direction, both are moving. So after some time, the same mirror is here and the plate is here. The distance between P to A is same, the distance between P to B is also same. Before going to the our derivation, see here P, B dash, P dash, here is a one triangle, and here P, B, B dash, one triangle. In this adjacent side P, B dash, C, also one triangle. 90 degree, 90 degree. For these triangles we can apply Pythagoras theorem. We already know that in our high school classes. Now let us move on to the derivation. So first we consider a reflected ray, and after that, calculating the reflected ray, we go for a transmitted ray. Now consider the ray moving upwards from P to B. It will strike the mirror M1, not at B but at B dash due to the motion of earth. I said that due to the motion of earth, the mirror and earth the plate should be moved slightly, moves slightly. If T or R means reflected is the time taken by the ray striking from P to reach the mirror M1 and reflected back to P. Now the total path of the reflected ray is P, B dash, P dash, the triangle what I am showing in the figure. So PB dash is equal to C T1 and B dash is equal to V T1. Here is the two triangles, adjacent triangles 1 and 2, where C is the velocity of light, V is the velocity of earth motion, T1 is time taken by the ray striking from P to M1. Now triangle PB dash P dash is equal to PB dash plus B dash P dash. By the diagram we see that PB dash equal to B dash P dash is nothing but the ray moves from P to B is equal to B to P. Here is what they said is P B dash B dash P. So P B dash B dash P both are equal. So by that we can write 2 P B dash. Now applying Pythagoras theorem, PP dash whole square is equal to PC square plus CB dash square. See, triangle 1 and triangle 2 are adjacent triangles, so rays are equal, so replace them with B dash square plus PB dash square. Now substitute the values, we get T1 is equal to D divided by square root of C square minus B square. After simplification we get this. Now total time taken by the reflected ray travels from P to M1 and return to P. Whole path is P B dash P dash. Now this is for one path P to B. Again B to P is 2 times of this. See, TR is equal to 2 T1. Substitute the value of T1 above here, we get 2D divided by C, 1 divided by square root of 1 minus V square by C square. After that, by applying the binomial theorem, we get the final equation. TR is equal to 2D by C bracket 1 plus V square 2 into C square. This is equation number 1. we calculate the reflected ray, time taken by reflected ray. Now let time taken by the transmitted light ray. For that, assume that the velocity of operators is nothing but earth is related to the fixed ether in is v. The relative speed of earth relative to the ether is v in this direction PA. See here, in this direction P to A and A to P. The relative velocity of a light ray traveling along PA is c minus v, while its value would be c plus v for a returning ray. The speed is to P to A is c minus v, for A to P c plus v. Now time taken by the light travel from P to A is d divided by c minus v, same as time taken by the light travel from A to P. For reverse, t is equal to c plus v, where d is the distance between P and the mirror. This d is distance between P and mirror. PA is equal to PB, that is equal to d. We know that in the first step of our experimental setup, the total time taken by the transmitted light is same as c. This is from P to A, this is to A to P. Now we add both. Now the total time taken for transmitted light, we add both t. This capital T is nothing but transmitted ray, d divided by c minus v plus d divided by c plus v. On simplification and cross multiplication, we get 2 dc divided by 1 divided by 1 minus v square by c square. By again applying the binomial theorem, we get 2d by c 1 plus v square by c square. This is equation number 2. Here is equation number 1. So both reflected and transmitted times are we calculated now. By these two we calculate the time difference in time taken by two rays. Delta t is equal to t2 minus t1. So 2d minus that means 2d by c is take common, and remaining is 1 plus v square by c square minus 1 minus v square by 2c square. 2d divided by c, v square plus 2c square, and this delta t is given by c square, and 2 gets cancelled. dv square divided by c, and c square is there, c cube. This is time difference. Now if path difference between two rays is given by the time difference, see, path difference is delta and time difference is delta t. Now multiply c into delta t and put the value of delta t here. We get cc get cancelled, dv square by c. This is path difference. We get both the time difference and path difference. In this, entire apparatus is rotated through a 90 degree. The path difference between any two beams is becomes 2 dv square by c square. But when we rotate whole apparatus by 90 degree, we get path difference is 2 dv square by c square. And Michelson and Morley expected a fringe shift of about 0.4 in their apparatus when they rotated, when it was rotated through a 90 degree, but in the experiment no shift in fringes was observed. So when they rotated about 90 degree, they expected 0.4 shift of a fringes, but no shift is observed in fringes. So they concluded that this observations lead to negative result, that there is no relative velocity between earth and ether. So by this observation they got to know that their experiment should be negative result, is nothing but the experiment should be null, and also concluded that the time taken by a beam of transmitted beam T is greater than the time taken by the reflected beam. See, Now in this experiment is mainly concluded that the relative motion of earth and ether is not observed. So the ether is absent. They concluded that the ether, the medium is absent around the earth. In our next class we can discuss about these negative results of Michelson and Morley experiment.